Monday, everybody. We are in week 2 of 2023, and today we are going to be talking about how to build business credit in 2023 and what are the avenues to do it. So I am sharing with you guys tried and true methods on how to build business credit. Okay, you guys, so I do have about 30 minutes until my next coaching call, so I do want to make this fast. So I want you guys to first know, in order for you guys to have and build business credit, you need to have some sort of corporate entity. And how I have my business set up is that I have an LLC that if you do it through the Secretary of State, at least in Nevada, you get to have a form of business license. Now it's different from state to state. You may need to file a business license with your county and then have it connect to your LLC that's with the state. Here, at least for my entity, it is through just the Secretary of State is how I did it. Okay, you need to also have your LLC, you need to have your bank account set up, you need to have your phone number for your business, an email that is not like a Gmail account, but it's like a business email account. And once you're set up in that sense, then that is when you can start building business credit and apply for those lines of credit. So some of the things you guys want to think about when you want to build business credit is, number one, do I want it connected to my own social security number? And some things you want to consider is, do I have good credit to even have it connect to my own social security number? Because even if you have an LLC, you guys, if it's a brand new LLC, automatically these financial institutions will pull your personal credit just to ensure that their funds are secured from the borrower. So whatever you get to have as a line of credit, it will have to be pulled from your own social security payment information, your FICO score based on your social security number. Now, another way you could go around this, okay, if you have bad credit and you're like, man, I really, really want to build business credit. I have an LLC. I want to use my entity for other items, like maybe eventually you'll be able to rent a office space. Maybe you can purchase a car under your LLC. Maybe you can purchase a home, a property, a rental property under your LLC. And before you do that, you actually have to build business credit. Okay. So if you do have bad personal credit, like your FICO score is below, bad credit, I would say, is below 620. I think they say even average credit score is 620 and up. You can actually get, now it's 640 and up. You can get a home at 640 credit score. So anything under 620 would likely be not as favorable as in terms of borrowing money from a financial institution. So if you fall under that, which it's okay that you do, it's a lot of people have bad credit and it's fine. The thing you want to think about is, what could we do to work around that? Okay. And what you can do is you can get a credit card, a business credit card that offers, it's like a secured credit card. So you would have to put money into it and you can charge it as up to the limit that you put in. So let's say, for example, you put $500 on this secured line of credit that is connected to your LLC, and you can only use up to $500 on that. And that is a great way, if you have bad credit, to start building your business credit if you apply for a secured line of credit. Okay. Secure line means you put that money into that line of credit and you're using and paying on that line of credit, versus an unsecured line, which is you get approved on it depending on your credit score. You could get a couple $1,000s, but it's not your money. You see, you didn't put that $1,000 for unsecured credit cards. So in this method, for people who have bad credit, you would file or apply for this thing called a secured line of credit. Secured line of credit. That is number one. And one really great place, I saw two actually. There's several online you can, choose from. But in terms of like fees and like maybe potential things that might come up, Divvy credit card offers secured line of credit. Divvy, DIVVY. Okay. So if you guys need to have a secured line of credit connected to your LLC, Divvy credit card offers that as a service. Another one is Brix, BREX.com, Brix credit card. However, you do need to make, I think, over $100,000 for that one. Okay, so if you make over $100,000 in your business and you maintain those transactions throughout your time of using Brix credit card, you can definitely use Brix credit card in there. Hey, Dolly, Happy New Year. I hope you're well. Okay, then the next thing is there's this really great gas card that offers both types of credit cards. They offer unsecured credit card and also secured credit card options. And this gas card is called Fuelman. Fuelman. I personally use Fuelman. I actually have two Fuelman cards, one for me and one for my husband. And what we do with these cards, obviously, we charge it when we get gas. And then we just pay it off at the end of each month. And then that is a wonderful way to also build business credit. So Fuelman is, it'll say that you need to have like a trucking company. Really, the only requirement for Fuelman, you guys, is an LLC or your corporate entity. You need to have an EIN, okay? You need to have a bank account that connects to the account so that you can send funds for payment. And that's really it. It'll ask you how many cards you want. I just brought two just because we know we have two cars here, so we might as well have two cards for those two cars. Now, if you have a trucking specific company, let's just say you literally own a trucking company, this Fuelman card is pretty much made for you. Trucking companies, maybe delivering companies, companies that have to drive a lot, for example, like floral company, companies that have to, drop off flowers, right? Like they would use Fuelman as a part of their corporate cards that they would charge every month. So that is Fuelman. And then another one is this place called Uline. And it's literally the word Uline. And it's a manufacturing company. It's kind of like a Home Depot, but like on a grander scale. So let's say you needed Post-it notes. You could go get some Post-it notes there, and then they would net 30 you. And what a net 30 is that they would invoice you and you would have to pay it in 30 days. And then as you continue that transaction throughout the year, that is a vendor, so to speak. When people talk about vendors, Uline is a vendor that you would have as part of your company building credit. Okay, so Uline offers like office supplies, cleaning supplies. So I have a new client who actually does office cleaning. Her company offers this as a service. So she has like, I think 13 or 22, like something like really big, like 22 organizations she cleans offices for. And so I would recommend to have her use Uline as a vendor for her cleaning supplies, mops, buckets, even cleaning chemicals, brushes, scrubs, all those things you can buy in bulk, and then they would invoice you a net 30. Eventually they'll make it, I think they started off small, like net 15, and then eventually net 30 as they build trust with you, net 45, net 90, meaning in 90 days, then you pay it off. It's due in 90 days, it's due in 45 days, stuff like that. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so those are the three companies that help you build business credit. And I'll run over them one more time. Number one is the Divvy credit card. You could do both ways. Divvy credit card is, if you have bad credit, you could do secured for bad credit. And then you can just put in however much you want. Now it changes every month. Like let's say you want to do only 200 this month, you can. If you wanted to do 1,000 in February, you can do up to 1,000. You can change the budget every month if you want, and I thought that was also very great. Now, if you have great credit, you can just apply for a regular line of credit through Divvy, DIVVY, and then from there they do start reporting information to the credit bureaus for recording. I didn't say, okay, hold on, before I get into that, let me make sure I cover the three. So number one is the Divvy credit card. Number two is the Fuelman card. So it's a gas card. And then number three is the Uline. So Uline is a vendor, right? You would buy supplies, they net 30 you or net 45 or net 30 for 90, depending on, how well you maintain your payments with them. So those are the three companies, you guys, that really are in 2023 working in relevant companies that you can start applying for right now with good or bad credit. So that is one of the things, is good or bad credit. Okay, that is one. Now, I forgot to talk about Duns & Bradstreet. So Duns & Bradstreet is a way that it's kind of like a separate FICO score company that maintains businesses' FICO score. So there's a FICO score through Experian and TransUnion for businesses. And then there's your Duns & Bradstreet number. So your Duns & Bradstreet number, it's pretty much like a FICO score. Hey, Jess. The Duns & Bradstreet number is essentially your business credit score number. I think the highest you can get on that is like 90 is your highest. And then anything lower is no bueno. But you can actually start, if you don't have a Duns & Bradstreet number, you should, so long no see, exactly. We actually just talked today, and that's how she's being funny. See, Jess, you're being funny again. It's like you have this comedic zest about you. You're sarcastic. Sarcasm needs to shine all the way through your marketing. Okay, anyway, Duns & Bradstreet. So what you want to do with that is you want to apply for the Duns & Bradstreet number. You go to dunsandbradstreet.com. Okay, and this is legit. This is no joke. Like, what the fuck is a D&B number? It's a Duns & Bradstreet number. You apply for it online. It's free. You don't pay for nothing. Please do not pay for this, because if you did pay for it, you got scammed. So please don't pay for it. You get your number, and once you get your number, you guys, you now have your entities live on the Duns & Bradstreet website, which means any vendor can come and check you out. They can check out how much money you can make, how much money you are projected to make, how much money you have made, how long your entity has been active. While you can still find that on the Secretary of State website, it's also now a second layer of legitimacy if they find you through the Duns & Bradstreet website. So definitely get your number. Apply for the Duns & Bradstreet account through your LLC. And then from there, when you start getting these 3 lines of credit, it's now reporting to the Duns & Bradstreet, and then it'll give you a temperature of how well you're doing. All you got to do, guys, is just pay it on time. That's it. Pay it on time. make sure you are on top of all of the lines of credit that you have. I always say start with your first one and just kind of get in the hang of paying those off on a consistent basis. Understand when those due dates are, understand when like the last invoice is sent for the month, so there's no like weird late payments that you didn't know of, and then eventually layer it off as well. Yes. Yeah, no, this actually can work for overseas. And I think Divvy credit card, Jessica, it's DIVVY. I think that's international. Now, the Fuelman card, I'm not sure if Fuelman's a gas card, Jess. I'm not sure if that one is, if that is overseas. Actually, I'm curious about that. I think Fuelman for some reason is for US, I believe. So let me see. It doesn't tell me. Oh, it says as long as you have it's a MasterCard. It just answered it for me. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Hi, Mom, how are you? Okay, so I just read Fuelman MasterCard is accepted internationally. So operators reserves the right to prevent cards from working outside. So that's a gas card. I'm not sure if you want a gas card, Jess. I recommend to start off with the Divvy card, DIVVY. You can apply two ways. You can apply for the secured line of credit if you don't have good credit, or unsecured line of credit, and then that would pull from your regular social security number. Okay, either one works. Either way, it's still going to go towards your Duns and Bradstreet number. Again, before you do any of this, apply for your Duns and Bradstreet number. Cindy, since you're on here, I was just talking about your services. And one of the things that if you don't already have, which I think you already have a vendor that gets the supplies for your business, I recommended to use Uline. Uline is a vendor type of company where they report all of the transactions that you have. They net 30 you, so they invoice you 30 days to pay off whatever you bought. So if you needed mops, cleaning supplies, office supplies, buckets, scrubs, chemicals to clean with, office needs, just stuff like that, you can get it from Uline. And Uline is really easy to apply for, and you get a huge magazine just like back in the day where you get like, these big catalogs. They actually still send me catalogs of it. And it's nice to actually get those from companies now still because we're all virtual now. But anyway, it's really great for you to start building your business credit. If you are just buying supplies from like let's say you get it from Walmart or Target or like a grocery store or whatever store you get your supplies from, but you're not building credit with these items you're purchasing for your business, you're kind of having an LLC or a corporate entity just fall to the wayside, right? You want to use the benefits of having your LLC so that, let's say in the future, you decide to maybe purchase a home under your LLC, you have a built line of credit. Let's say you want to buy a car, a vehicle for your company. This is connected and can be connected to your LLC as long as you have some sort of line of credit. You see how it really does help even in the long game of your business. You want to think 20, 30, 50, 40, 100 years from now. How is your LLC being utilized when you are, Cindy says, thanks. So anyway, we can talk more about that this week. I know we talked, Cindy. So those are the three things, plus get your Duns and Bradstreet number on dunsandbradstreet.com. And then that is pretty much it for those three companies to use to build business credit. If you guys have not been using any kind of thing for your LLC or any way to build business credit, it is time. You should be doing something like that now for 2023. You don't want another year to go where you're just not really utilizing having a business to benefit you in the long run. Okay, you want to really build it, and you want to be strategic in the way you are putting money aside, using money, you know. And let's say instead of using your debit card or your own money, you can actually use the financial institution's money based on the LLC that you applied for, the credit card you applied for. And see, now you don't have to, you have more liquid money in, and then you use other people's money. And that's the idea, right? The idea is that you want to use other people's money to grow your business versus the other way around, you're using your liquid money. Okay, so those are the 3 things, you guys. I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and you guys can DM me. And I know I think Cindy and Jess are here, so thank you so much for joining me, and have an amazing week. Mwah.